So the marketplace was actually something that had been in our mind for well over a decade. Our idea with Tocabe was to make it a multi-unit, multi-regional, if not national brand. And so through that, especially being a native-based restaurant, we have a motto that's native first, local second. And so through that, you have to source from native food producers. And we're a small community of food producers against the whole. We realized that we needed to fulfill the gap after that. We took our expertise in supply chain development, distribution, partnership building, commitment to community and culture, and take that and make the idea of the supply chain, not just for the restaurant, but for everyone.
Well, we know through our travels and going to different communities that Native peoples want access to their food. And systematically, there's been barriers and obstacles for Native peoples to eat their foods or be introduced to other tribal foods or other regional foods. They want culturally relevant foods, maybe not their tribal foods, but all of a sudden now creating a centralized platform for them to come and see other native foods from producers, caretakers, farmers and ranchers and custodians of the stories of the food, right? For them to get access to that was something that we felt that through our 15 years of having the restaurant and working in these communities, that we felt that this was an important idea to execute and incubate.
And so we realized at that point, we could feed a much broader group of people on a daily basis by providing the marketplace as an option. And there are no native or indigenous-based marketplaces. With the benefit of where we're at in the current time, the accessibility is huge. And that's a whole goal of ours from day one, is making sure that food is accessible for everybody. But at the genuine heart of it, all we care about is making sure that people are fed every day.
So Seed to Soul is, it's a ethos, it's a mantra, it's a way that we live our lives and really embedded in Tocabe's DNA. Seed to Soul from a concept is from when a seed is planted to how that food nourishes your soul. And we really look at all the different middle points between when the seed is planted or when an animal is birthed to when that gets to your table, and making sure all those different pathways are thought about intentionally, are looking at it a lens of how do we keep the money into the native communities, because before you blink, $1 has left the community, a native community that was just put in there. And so we're looking at how do we continue to keep that money within native communities? How do we create a marketplace or an economic engine for these producers, ranchers, caretakers, farmers, fishermen and women? How do we do that? And then really look at how can we provide an individual nourishing food that could be culturally relevant, food that tells a story, right? We look at food as a language. Food tells that story of survival, of struggle, of celebration, and there's embedded stories within that. The marketplace is this chance to reclaim items of food that are being told by other stories that people don't understand, that no, these are indigenous.
We have to maintain community first. We have to maintain being open, and we have to maintain being honest, because to do that, we're only going to become better and stronger as a community. And we all have our own individual identities, we all have our own individual tribal identities and representations, but at the same time, we're strong in numbers. And we need to make sure that we embrace that, we sustain that, and then we support the development of that.